I always get
Never
Barbie on
watched
there.
it.
Got two on you.
Who never watched the Avatar?
Never watched it.
Avatar: The Last Airbender? Well, so you have never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender along with
Not really. I probably watched the movie, the live stream movie, but I never really watched it.
That does
Oh.
not count as
God,
Yeah.
it does not. We are all looking at you with horrible eyes right now. You disappoint us.
You disappoint me for not watching One Piece. So you need to.
I don't have to.
I watched One Piece up to the Caesar clown arc. You haven't even watched a single episode.
Fuck John like
I'm on 800 episode 800. So
Bro, how do I run again?
I love that man.
Exactly.
RB or LB. One of those.
No, you like it.
Different.
Nope. Alright.
You'll figure it out.
Guys, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Blur Talk. Today we're going to talk about not the movie, God forbid, not the movie. Oh, Jesus. The movie, hell no. We're going to talk about the TV show, the cartoon show, Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the greatest cartoons of all times, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about how Brandon has never seen it, but we're going to let him like go on that one. So, today's episode is going to be cover a few topics, and a few topics we're going to get into because we have a full house today. So we got Brandon, we got Phil, we got Jay, we got Keen Dez, we got myself, Wolverine. So a few things I want to talk about with Avatar: The Last Airbender is, well, a lot actually. I think Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably one of the best animated series that is out there right now. My generation and even the generations to come, it's still very popular, and people who are watching it still are loving it. So a few things I want to say is pose the question to you guys. What is your favorite thing about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and who was your favorite character?
Mine would have to be Ty Lee and Kyoshi.
You hear that silence because you said you never watched the episode, so the fact that you answered first is
2.5, but there's a thing called Avatar
2.5,
Wiki, which I read.
You cannot. So you read the wiki? I'm sorry. The Congress is going to have. Jay, what do you call? How do you call this one, Jay? What are you going to call this? Is this going to be okay? BB, is this okay? BB, is this okay? You gonna let him go?
That's fine. Yeah,
You're not BB, fool. Phil, can you hear me, Phil?
Yeah, I can.
Is this okay for him to use the wiki to talk about Avatar?
No.
Okay, thank you. So, a voice of reason. A voice of reason.
I still love him though, so if that counts for anything.
It does count, but I'm just saying, why are we
go.
back in the safe zone? All right, so Brandon, you said Ty Lee and Kyoshi. Why?
I've always been a fan of like
Toxic women.
they're not toxic, but like
Ty Lee toxic. Kyoshi maybe not. Well, then again, Kyoshi was a whole nigga. She was 7 foot tall.
I had a thing for strong women, like animation. So like that overpowering presence they have, like Ty Lee, for the fact that they remind me too of my characters. That's why I guess. Like I fell in love with Ty Lee when she paralyzed Azula, with the 1-2 to the back.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So okay, you talking about the Prison Break episode? Actually, that was pretty beast. I like that too. Yeah. So, well, okay. So what about Kyoshi? What do you like about Kyoshi?
I made it in one piece. Now I know
He wasn't afraid to kill people. Like,
Really?
if you had the power to the Avatar and there were people messing things up in the world, kill them. Like,
I can't
trying to be
argue with you on that one.
diplomatic.
I really can't argue with you on that one. Somebody gotta get murked. Everybody gotta get murked. People.
It's not like she was wrong for doing it. Like the guy had Conqueror in his name.
Shin the Conqueror. Apparently the dude was really short too. Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have been normal size. She is pretty
7
tall.
feet tall. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So what was your favorite thing about
18
Avatar, the
feet.
TV show?
What do I love about it?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
And there we go. All right, Phil, you're up next.
Jesus. My favorite character, I always like weird characters. So, I can't remember his name, but Prince Zuko's uncle was
Oh,
honestly
Iroh?
my favorite character. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Iroh. I
Because he's
loved
always like
Iroh.
speaking wisdom and like he's so happy to be a part of like a terribly angry nation. I love that guy.
I mean, it's because like I think what set Iroh apart is he lost his son.
Mm-hmm.
After he lost
And
his
so,
son,
like-
he just I think that like made him like reflect on a lot of things.
Sure you're up for this? Has to be
Mhm.
done, doesn't it? Well, I'm not gonna argue.
He seemed to understand life a lot better than everybody else. He seemed more at peace.
Just
All right,
And I
all
like
right,
that.
okay.
this will cost us, and
So, what is your favorite thing about Avatar, the TV show?
Honestly, it was kind of inspirational, I guess, for like females, because they did have a lot of like really strong female characters in that show. I guess my second favorite
yeah.
character would be Toph, and so like she's super strong and she's fucking blind. Like it's amazing. So
Okay.
yeah.
I hear you. All right, BB. Are you there? BB.
Babes.
Oh no, did BB
She just-
disappear?
She's moving her character because I don't know why
Yeah.
she can't hear me.
She
BB.
messaged saying she can't hear anything.
Ah, Jesus. All right, so we're having technical difficulties. Give us a minute, guys. Tell her to unplug her mic and plug it back up.
There should be like a cute little cat that you put up at this part.
Hey, Jay, can you still hear us? Everyone seems to have connection problems, but
Is there?
yeah. I'm going to
Oh yeah. Jesus.
I'm
Oh
going to
yeah.
damn.
I'm going to kick them from the party and then re-invite them.
Reinvite them. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, you still got us too. Me and Phil can
Yes, I do.
fill in for information, even though we don't know much. Well, I don't know much.
I saw most of the show. I saw the parts I needed to see.
I didn't saw the parts I felt like I needed to see.
Yeah.
Phil, not you too.
he's ready to deal with the
No, like I did watch a lot of it, but there were certain seasons that I kind of missed a couple of episodes here and there. I was in college when it was like finishing. I was busy. I had shit to do.
See?
I didn't have Netflix where I could just binge it. Like I still had to catch it when it was coming out on Nickelodeon, and like being in
yeah.
college at that point, yeah.
I hear you.
But I used to watch it with a bunch of college friends. Like we'd gather in a room together and we'd all watch Airbender. It was pretty awesome.
All right, let's see. Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me?
There's still an echo.
Yeah, I copy. Something wrong?
No, it's
Cool. BB, can you hear me?
listen, Crane. We all appreciate what you're doing,
BB.
and I know you're doing it to
Yeah, I can
redeem
hear
yourself.
you. How's what I was
Okay. Okay. Make sure it says. Make sure it says
Don't get antigens
audio
from
included in the
people will
party.
start to die.
It is.
I met Amir right after the
All right. Cool. All right. I'm waiting on Keen, but we
Hey, where
can
you
continue
at?
the conversation while we're waiting on Keen. I'm behind y'all. I'm waiting on continue the conversation. I'm waiting on Keen. All right. So BB and Jay, the question is posed to you. What was your favorite thing about Avatar: The Last Airbender, and what did you like about? And what was your favorite character?
I completely hated the whole series, and I hated every single character because they were so story driven.
Look, Jade,
We might have to turn the audio of the video game down. Turn the voice and stuff of the game down,
Peace, all right?
and then we'd be able to hear them better.
I don't know.
You gotta hear me. My favorite character was, who was it? I'll say Boomy.
Boomy. That's an interesting one. What do you liked about Boomy?
I like that he was fun, especially he stayed basically himself throughout the whole game, throughout the whole show. He wasn't
All
like
right.
he wasn't wavering on his friendship with Aang. He wasn't a fake person. He was just real and honest
Was
with
that the
himself
old
the whole
guy?
time.
Oh yeah, it's the old guy who
Yeah.
like played the
Aang's
prince.
friend when he was a kid.
From when he was a kid? Yeah, okay.
The Earthbender.
I did like that guy. He was awesome.
He was. All right, cool. So, what was your favorite thing? What was your favorite thing about the show? What did you like about the show?
I really love the aspect of Zuko and Aang actually learning the origins of firebending.
Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting one. I'm not gonna lie. That was.
You got to see like where everybody got their bending from. I mean, I wish they would dive more into the blood bending and lava bending, but I don't know, something about those dragons doing that dance and actually having harmony with the fire instead of it being so destructive. And it was more like, what's the word? I don't know, it's just like a pure version of their energies, like actually working. Like, it wasn't like, oh, let's just burn, burn, burn.
It was
destroy
well,
everything, nigga.
God damn,
No,
you
there's no
really
F on that.
watched
We don't
it,
hear
didn't you?
but bro, but no, he's right. I like. No,
Oh, and I
F on
haven't
that, man. You
rewatched it though. This is my knowledge
But he's-
from when
but
I
he's-
watched it as a kid.
But he's right though. Like, I like that part of the story though. Like, it was the human aspect of it that made firebending become a monstrous tool of destruction.
Exactly.
But like, like when they went there to the origins of firebending, they learned the other thing: fire is energy, fire is life. There's more to it than just to destroy. And yeah, it was a deep episode, man. I like that about it. So, Des, even though I don't know if I can even ask you this question, man. You've never seen it. Des, if you could say you have anything, what's your favorite thing about Avatar, the TV, the Last Airbender? What would you say? We're not gonna let that pass.
Actual martial arts, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is.
That took up 2 of the episodes I saw.
Well,
Double
okay,
shit,
so Earthbending is based off of Hugar. Airbending is based off of Bagua Zon. What Jay was saying is each element is based off of actual martial arts. So like waterbending is based off of Tai Chi. Airbending is based off of Bagua Zan. Firebending is based off of Shaolin Kung Fu. They all the bendings are based off of Chinese martial arts, which is actually very big part of it. And the thing about it though is, so since I didn't, what I loved about Airbender. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, Avatar: The Airbender is probably easily one of my top tier animes in my opinion. Even though most people don't consider it's anime because it's not made by Japan, I could care less. The thing about it though is it has I still call it an anime. It has every aspect of like good storytelling to me. You can call it what you want, but it has every aspect of a good storytelling to me, and basically like character development. So one of my favorite parts of Avatar: The Last Airbender is actually the fight between Aang, Zuko, and Azula underneath the Crystal Caves with Katara. And I love that fight because Katara was in Katara was in rare form. I was gonna say that. Katara was in rare form, dude, and like she was fighting off all the Dalis. She had the octopus out, man. She was fucking up. And quite frankly, if I had to choose between my two favorite characters, it would be between Aang and Katara. Aang because I liked Aang's character because he stuck true to what his character was, and I really kind of liked that about the story. I was actually thinking like they was going to have him actually kill Ozai because that was the only way of doing it. But like when I first watched it, it actually caught me off guard that they actually managed to keep him true to his character and what he did with that whole energy bending thing, which that shit was funny as fuck. Ozai said there, "I am the Phoenix King." Just so So
Let me take that.
But
Soul is
what I liked
mine.
about
Right? Like that's
what I liked
basically
about
what he did. Just suck that man's soul out.
this pretty much what I liked about Katara was just a really powerful bender. Oh Jesus! What
Yeah,
did you
she's on
do?
bloodbending.
Yes, and like on the one episode where she was going for her revenge, bro. That one general she thought was the guy she was looking for. When he tried to firebend and she bloodbended his ass. That shit was funny
He
as
was
hell.
like,
And Zuko's eyes opened wide because Zuko was like, "Oh shit." Zuko was just sitting there looking
I
like,
wouldn't need to just get on my back.
I know you was about that life.
shit. Yo,
I'll be
she
your
just
mission.
bloodbended that motherfucker. So like, I mean, you have to understand how powerful she was as a waterbender, and I really haven't noticed it as a kid. I actually rewatched it because I binge Avatar like every year. It's like one of my rituals. I love to watch it. So I was
wow.
actually like, I actually got finished.
Oh,
I do.
Jesus.
Really, guys? Are you serious?
Yeah, right, Brandon? Like, why did
Really?
you do that?
I would jump off this game and leave you to die. Anyhow,
Oh, here go a Pharaoh. Here come a Pharaoh.
I triple dog,
could run.
baby.
so with that being said, like, we have to understand like how powerful she was as a fucking waterbender. She did ass stopped rain mid stride and created ice crystals out of it. It stopped rain. It was raining, and she just stopped rain mid
He did that
stride.
whole like already push orb.
Bro, seriously, she was really one of the most powerful. Really one of the most powerful waterbenders like there, and she was just really powerful. So that's my stuff. That's my two favorite characters, and like the favorite parts of the story. So, out of all the characters in Avatar, who do you feel had the best character development? The most
Zuko.
character
I mean,
growth.
that's too easy. Though.
Oh, you say Zuko?
Zuko.
I would
yeah.
say it's. I would
That's
say
too
it's a
easy.
tie between. I say it was a tie between Zuko and Sokka.
Why Sokka?
Because Sokka
Hey,
started out
brother.
as like a real sexist kind of jerk. Like he really did. And like at the end of the story, he kind of matured a lot too. I think it took you. I think when he lost Yue, that's when he matured, man.
Okay, help me on what character development is, because you guys are writers, so you have a more in-depth analysis of what character development is. Please inform me.
Basically,
When I think about it-
when you start a character out with one personality and have them develop and either go deeper in that personality or change completely and do a 180, that's any kind of development.
It's not just that though. It's the way they get there too, like what they've been through. And I have to say, Zuko and Sokka are both top of my list. So it's the stuff of like how they get there, where they go, and how they've got there. And the thing about it though is between both Zuko and Sokka, I know Aang has had his shit. Katara has been through her stuff. But between Zuko and Sokka, I feel both of them have had. I'd say Zuko more than Sokka in that sense. Zuko has suffered more. But I feel like Sokka and Zuko have both had their share of experience where they have just made stupid fucking decisions that blew up in their face, and they have to become better at it.
I mean, well,
I don't
when you say that, I
understand how
mean,
the symbol for blood is
like
so
the only
popular
one
now.
now. It's like
How do people not get stuck doing
Katara, she
that?
started off. I'm not saying she ended off kind of the same.
Seem to have a choice.
I would guess you could say Toph too.
Yes and no. I feel Toph
I
had for
disagree with
character
Toph.
development, but not in the same
Why do you
sense. Like,
disagree with Toph?
Because I feel like Toph is out of all
I don't know
of
what
them,
they're talking
Toph is
about.
the most realistic out of all of them. And mostly because she's black. But she already had her lowest point in life with being blind, and once she had other people who understood her and knew that she wasn't no helpless little girl, it wasn't hard for her to quickly come into her skin. The only thing that and hell, she's so quick at coming into her skin and getting out of situations that she taught herself probably within like maybe half of a day how to metal bend. So I say she's the quickest one, but the one
He did that in
if they
10
would have
minutes.
went Okay, I was trying to see. Let's think about it. But pretty much, yeah. I would say Zuko and Aang. Aang is a child, so his biggest overcoming wasn't necessarily the same thing as it was when he was growing up. It was just coming into his own too,
Yeah,
and
to
getting and throwing
realize
away
his whole
his
family
child.
was gone.
Right, his whole family was gone. He didn't have nobody he can trust really, and then on top of that, he had to like battle so many people just to figure out how to do certain bending techniques, firebend, airbend,
You have
all of that. I mean, not
you-
airbend, but Zuko.
No, you-
I say Zuko and Aang. I mean, Sokka. I can agree with you on that one, but my personal opinion is Zuko and Aang.
Okay. No, we're good. All right, Brandon and Phil. What about you guys? Which character had the most character development in Avatar? Well, again,
I
can't
said
really voice
Zuko
that
already.
question. All right. What about you, Phil?
I
Brandon, bring your ass
agree
on.
with you, Sokka. Like, I think you're
Okay.
right about how
Yeah,
he went from being
feel like
like a
there.
male chauvinist to respecting women and like understanding that they're just as strong, I guess, as he thinks he is.
I mean, he became pretty humble in like the one episode where he actually learned how to use a sword fighting technique. He was
Yeah.
actually like extremely humble. Like he walked into that dude's office and it wasn't the idea of him bragging. He was just like, I don't know anything, dude. I'm a fucking loser. I can't even fight correctly. And it was like that was.
Nigga.
But that's what like stood out to his teacher is that the teachers already see that life has humbled him, and that was what happened. Life humbled him. Life humbled Sokka to where it opened him up to be probably one of the greatest warriors. Like in the story, like I said, each time I watch Avatar, I notice different things, and one of the things I noticed on this rewatch was like the non-benders, like Suki, the Kyoshi Warriors, even Ty Lee or Sokka, you have to give them props, man. They held their own against niggas that could wreck shit. They held their own against, like, especially the prison breaking episode where Suki went to go get the warden, and that girl climbed the wall like it was Assassin's Creed. Just straight up
Bro, I'm
climbed like
saying,
walls. Yeah, these niggas like chasing behind her, and he's like, "That's some woman." They was
on
like,
skates,
"How we
man.
gonna get up?" Bro, they was like, "How we gonna get up there?" They was like, "Look like your girlfriend's already there." So it's stuff like that, like stuff like that I liked about that. Sorry. Okay, cool. All right, so next question we're gonna bring up is, what are some of the most passionate moments to you in the TV show?
You're going to be climbing antenna towers and switching on short.
Yeah, this one's gonna be pretty big, a long one.
Most of my men are too slow, too fat, or too drunk to climb a tower like that without killing.
Anybody? You want to start off?
I didn't even hear the question.
I know better than
I said, what are some of the most passionate moments to you in Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I think it was when Aang and what's that old guy's name?
Iroh?
No, his friend from childhood. Like when they went down
Gyatso?
that slide.
Gyatso?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Boomy.
Whoever the old Earthbender is, that's like his friend.
Oh,
from when he
Boomy.
was a kid. Yeah, when they like went sliding down that thing again together, and like all the memories came back.
And got separated.
sending me to fix some antennas.
Oh, that was
Oh.
cute.
Okay. So you liked it when Appa and Aang got separated. Why?
Because it showed how much of a connection they had so far away.
Oh yeah, Aang was pissed.
He was dead ass pissed.
Dude, you have to know how pissed off you have to be to when you got a father looking at his son like, nigga, what did you do? Yo, he literally looked at his son and was like, what did you do? That man was like, what? He's like, you pissed off how do you piss off the Avatar? So,
Right.
cause you're right. I like to continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you good. You good. Just for the simple fact that shit, I done lost my train of thought. But Appa and Aang, their connection. I don't feel like Aang would lose his shit the way he did if Momo would have disappeared.
That's what I'm
So,
Yo, it's this one over here.
So
Fuck
I
Momo.
loved it. The connection that they had, the fact that they was in the same place, at different times, and I don't know, the love that they have for each other, showing how the Avatar's second in command became the second in command from the beginning. That I had loved that.
Maybe become more.
Okay.
Because Appa's a smart ass anyway. He's like a clown smart ass, and I just love it.
I mean, like, I like it when, like, Aang gets into fight, and sometimes Appa helps out. Aang be like, non-violence, and Appa be like, I will whoop your ass. Keep playing with me.
Right.
When that nigga went to go kick him, and he bit that nigga, just threw him in a lake. I'm like, you gonna have me in a cave, nigga? I don't like being on the ground. What the fuck you think this is?
He lost his shit in that cave. Oh my god, that shit was awesome.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Jay? What was one of the most passionate moments to you?
Great.
What do you mean by passionate, Mike? Is that?
Like, what moments of the TV show kind of had you like in your feels? Like you was feeling this shit. Like it could be negative, it could be happy, it can be sad. It's just it appealed to you. It appealed to
It's
you.
a lot.
Yeah.
As a kid, like, oh man, stink. General Ira at his son's grave.
What exactly am I doing?
Oh, you talking about the TV show Days of Bossing Singh when he was like visiting his
Y'all
son's
remember
grave?
the episode name, nigga?
Well, you talking about the episode when they was like showing them what they was doing in Bossing Singh, like each one had their own skit kind of scenario.
I guess.
And Iroh was visiting his son.
Yeah, exactly. So he was
Yeah, I
going
remember
throughout
that
the
shit.
city talking to everybody, and then he went up there.
Yeah. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that episode was kind of funny too, because when the dude was trying to rob him. The dude was trying to rob him in the alleyway. He's like, give me your money. He's like, what are you doing? Robbing you. Not with that stance.
Serving him tea and everything on the side.
Bro, he not only taught this man how to hold a proper stance and fight, he helped this man get his life together. He helped this man get his life
Not
together,
having
yo.
it.
At the end of the conversation, the boy's like, wait, so I can be a masseur? He's like,
shit.
yeah, I think you have the potential in you.
You have the potential.
I was about to clear out their house.
Then
what
every
the
time
fuck?
that nigga would lose his cabbages,
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker
low-key.
everywhere.
every time, bro.
Low key, I felt sorry for that nigga. Low key.
He's just trying to hustle, bro.
Yo, he's just trying to survive. This thing, yo,
It's
so
like
this
the dude
two
that got
moments.
his business burnt down from rioters in freaking Illinois, bitch.
Oh,
Niggas
man.
just trying to
Yeah, that
grind
shit-
out here.
Bro,
He
that shit
just
had
set
me
up
in
that
tears,
shop.
dude. That shit had me in tears, dude. That's not what we do. That's not what we do out here, bro. But who died?
Somebody died?
The survivor died.
Who?
Oh yeah, he was behind us. I saw him.
Everybody-
Oh.
I didn't
Anyway,
hear all that screaming.
no.
Yeah,
he
I saw
didn't.
it.
Anyway,
Jesus.
he said he saw it. You watched the man die. You fucking asshole.
No.
Anyway.
I heard him die.
Fuck you. Anyway, so there's two moments in
My
Avatar.
passionate moment. Oh, well.
No, continue.
Yeah, fuck everything.
Your 2 episodes.
Yeah,
my
your 2.5
yes.
episodes.
Yes. My most passionate moment that I liked was when Katara beat Azula. Because it wasn't the fact that Katara was stronger, she was a lot more tactful. And she used it like the pain in Azula's face when the fire was coming out of her ears and she was just trying to get out the chains and crying and shit. I felt that.
Oh, Azula was
Yo,
broken.
facts.
Azula
Like, she
was
was
broken,
pissed.
dude. She was, dude. She like that.
You know how
Like
bad
Ty
you
Lee,
gotta be to bend fire from your ears.
bro. Like, dude, like that betrayal by Ty Lee and Meng Lee, bro. It just shattered her, dude. It
That shit was
shattered
funny
her.
as
It was to me after all the shit she put people through, but it was just funny, like how that shit just like die, bitch. It's just funny to me, like how. Sorry, it was just funny to me, like how that shit just broke her, bro. Like that shit really just like it broke her. Like ever since then, she was like she couldn't trust nobody. She called these niggas to help her. She's like, it took you 5 minutes to get here. They're like, well, sorry. Here as fast as we could. She's like, what if somebody could assassinate me? They was like, we got here pretty fast. She's like, 5 minutes is a lot of time. Just sitting there looking like, it's like, but we are loyal to you. We followed you from the Earth Kingdom. She's like, yeah, but you portrayed the other guy. You can betray me too. They had these niggas looking so confused. Oh, that shit was so funny to me. The other one that had me kind of crying was when she was telling the twins to get out. But she was like, one was like Lo and Lee, and she pointed to Lo and was like, Lee, you're banished. And she's like, wait, but I'm Lee. She's like, and I'm Lo. So which one of us is banished? But what about you, Phil? What was your most passionate moment for Avatar? Oh, you already said Gyatso. My bad.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, I gotta say, it's kind of hard for me to choose a passionate moment. There was so many moments. There were so many moments in Avatar: The Last Airbender that had me like kind of like tear jerked, excited and shit. Like, bro, like I said, when Aang energy bended the fuck out of Ozai, bro, I was lit the first time I saw that. I was like, oh shit, he snatched that nigga Yang, yo. But like, when like, so I would say like if I had to identify with a character the most, I would honestly say it would probably be Zuko. Like, cause I've made a lot of fuck ups in my life that I actually regret. I have probably turned my back on a lot of people who I look at now that just probably wanted to help me, and I regret some of that shit. And I can feel like I felt with like Zuko when he finally, man, like Zuko to me just, and a lot of his moments were some of the most passionate, which is why like I can't really argue with Jay when you talk about the character development for him, because Zuko was just lost. He just wanted direction. And like he wanted approval, he wanted direction, he wanted love, and he didn't even know how to go about getting any of it. He just wanted some love. That's all that nigga wanted was some love, man. And
like, you gonna cast me out because of this nigga?
Right? He's like, I was a child. Like that when he had that conversation, he was like, I was trying to teach you discipline. He's like, I was a child. That ain't how you like. But like the other thing that kind of one of the most passionate moments to me with Zuko was when after Iroh taught him lightning building, and he was like, all right, shoot me with lightning. And Iroh was like, what, are you crazy? And he's like, I would never shoot you with lightning. Why would I do that? And he's like, fine, I'll go find my own lightning. And man, I'm not gonna lie, man, tears came to my eyes because I felt this nigga. He's sitting there standing at the sky doing a storm, and he's like, you's always throwing everything you had at me. You's always make my life hard. Well, he's like, and I've always took it. Well, now I can give it back. Give me your best shot. And he's just standing there screaming. And then like when lightning doesn't hit him, he just screams out in just like pain and agony. And I'm just like, damn, dog. I feel you in that shit, dog. Damn. Like the dude, like, I mean, like, if we have to say any character who had it probably the hardest of turmoil, I would honestly say it was Zuko. Zuko, see, I put it like this. Aang knew what his destiny was. Katara knew what her destiny was. Toph knew what her destiny was. Sokka knew what their destiny was. They knew what kind of people they were. They knew they was good people. Aang had to struggle literally between good and evil. He had to Zuko had to struggle literally between good and evil. He had to struggle between accepting himself and wanting other people to accept him. And honestly and truly, those are real life struggles. Those are real life struggles that people every day deal with, is the ability to accept yourself and the people that you want to love you to accept you as well. So like a lot of Zuko moments kind of like had me was like, damn, son. So that's kind of where I kind of like it at. All right. So now we're going to talk about Avatar. We're going to talk about the contrast between Avatar and their enemies. So even in like what is Avatar: The Last Airbender, there was a lot of interesting parts of the story. One of the other parts of the story that I found interesting was like how the goddamn Earth Kingdom City. was
even I know that.
Say what you said.
I said it like a minute ago. I said it like a minute ago, and then I just forgot about it. But oh god. Okay, so Ba Sing Se was like a whole bro. Fuck you. You blew me up, nigga. I'm still mad about that. Ba Sing Se was like a whole like conspiracy city. Like these niggas dead ass had like shit on lockdown. like how
Niggas want playing.
like the most, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, that whole shit, that episode freaked me out. It was like the first
Those friendly
episode
niggas on
when
the
they're like,
Genjutsu.
bro, when the first
Go
episode
to
when
the
they
top
like,
of the building.
when they
Get
snuck
to the top
inside
building.
this building. How we gonna get to the top of that building, nigga? You gotta grapple this nigga. I hate this
Oh
nigga.
shit.
Get to the top of the building. Grapples up there and
Awesome.
just leaves us.
So all
Anyway.
these awesome little arrows on the ground. Cool. Let's
Yeah,
get
I know.
it.
I'm back.
Just-
I'm here.
just
I'm
leaves
here to
us.
help.
So he
Just
just leaves
okay,
us.
back
like
and fucking
fucking
hands off.
Batman.
And just grapples away and just leaves us by ourselves.
Fuck you
Fuck
doing,
you,
Baba?
Brandon. Fuck you, Brandon.
Find a way on
You
top of
niggas
the
are
building.
on. You're on. All right.
Hey,
But bro, when they crashed the Earth King's party and released Judy with another Judy, that shit had me creeped out. Judy is like, no, you're not. so what moments? Let's talk about the contrast between Avatar so Avatar: The Last Airbender. Who was probably one of your favorite villains in that entire TV show?
Azula.
Why? Because she cried, she blew fire out her ears, nigga?
No, because like she had her moments.
What did
She
you
had
say?
potential to
Because my
be
thing
good.
keep cutting out.
I said, what
She
was
had the
your...
potential to be good.
I think Azula was probably one of the best enemies. I mean, until after Ty Lee and May kind of fucking betrayed her, she had her shit together. Like, she had her shit together.
All
I love
Zuko
her.
had to do was die.
I mean, I hate her. I hate
Would've
love
been
her.
straight.
Like, I respect her hustle.
Well-
That bitch said, I knew I was a monster from the day I was born, and I'm cool with it. It just hurt that my mama still
exactly.
didn't like me.
Yeah, like all they had to do was kill Zuko, and that would have been.
That bitch
would've
is
been
fucking
good.
fucking raw. I love her to death.
Bro, that shit was
When they
kind of
played
funny,
volleyball.
though.
How scary was she when she played volleyball?
Bro, how scary was she when she was trying to? How scary was she when she was trying to flirt with the dude? She was like, "Your shoot is so sharp, it could pierce a fucking Emblem Star battleship and sink it,
Nigga was
killing
like-
millions of people." It's like,
He said
what kind of
this
shit was
bitch had
that?
a injury from 5th grade. She shouldn't be able to jump far.
Oh,
Some
bitch,
shit.
you can- Come on, man. You step with it.
Oh. Hey
fuck.
guys, I'm gonna do something.
No,
I'm gonna do a thing.
Alright, spinning
Y'all might want to
kick.
run.
no.
Fucking zombie.
Oh god.
Come on, bitch. Oh, shit.
I don't know. Just run.
See?
This nigga.
Bigoted.
Alright, so
Sorry.
so what
Sorry.
what villain did
Yeah,
you
I know
guys like the
Pharaoh coming
most?
up.
Throwing knife at a barrel. And it explodes.
Alright, say it again.
Villains.
So what villain? Okay, so besides Azula, what other villain did you? Shut up. What other villain did you guys?
Yo,
like?
if y'all got me, I can open this.
The nigga who was shooting fire from his fucking eye.
Oh,
Yes.
Combustion Man. Combustion
Yes.
Man.
That nigga was a
Yo.
savage. That nigga pulled up like, what's going on here, niggas?
Bro, he did. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything to anybody. He didn't say anything to anybody. He just rolled up and was like, "Run them hands, nigga."
Unibeam. Unibeam. I'm like, nigga, chill.
He wasn't at nobody
that
get a
nigga-
word in.
That nigga ran up. That nigga ran up and was like, "Nice watch."
Zuko's yeah, hide that nigga.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That episode was funny when he was trying to tell them he was like a good guy. He was like, "Hey, Zuko here," and they just had him looking at him.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Hey, that nigga was
Yeah,
practicing
like-
too.
yo, that shit. Yo, when he was talking about when he was trying to
Niggas.
practice Iroh, you must look inside yourself to be better inside yourself, so you can convince yourself you are yourself. He's like, he just says, that shit makes no sense. Or like he tried to get Sokka advice, and he was like, I'm glad my advice worked. And Sokka was like, no, nothing you said made any sense. I just see Suki. Oh man. Yo, but speaking of shit, I'm not gonna lie.
Brandon, you
they
can probably
did-
get this one.
They did talk kind of dirty. They did talk kind of dirty. All right, Phil, what was your favorite villain?
My favorite villain. It's a hard question.
Is it now?
What's it? I don't know if I have a
Brandon, that
favorite
card definitely
villain.
is a lot. But
Oh my God!
Yep.
Whoever this big dude is about to slam into y'all.
I ain't scared.
I'd say that's my
Oh.
favorite. Oh, well, never mind.
Well.
He sucks.
I fucking shot that nigga. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody
Yeah.
heard the gun.
Farrell.
Carol heard again.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that
can't think of
sounds
one.
like you problem.
We got 3. Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
About to say that drill.
Got shot back.
Now, if this were One Piece, I could tell you all my favorite villains.
Oh God.
Pretty much everybody.
What's your favorite villain?
we're
from
doing-
One Piece?
What's your? Yeah, I'm curious. What's your
Crocodile.
favorite villain for One Piece?
Oh,
Crocodile? Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Crocodile was kind of
Crocodile.
smooth. Crocodile was
I'll
smooth.
give you that.
Crocodile was smooth. Crocodile was real. Oh shit! What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
no.
What just
Yeah,
happened?
that line.
Crocodile was smooth. I'll give you that.
Crocodile.
Crocodile is still smooth.
He is.
Mr. Finesse.
He lost due to a technicality.
Yeah, exactly.
He lost the plot. That nigga lost the
He
plot.
He lost the plot.
He lost. That nigga lost.
I
Come
got
on.
blood cover in my hands. That means I can punch sand.
Fucking bullshit.
Nigga, like, can you imagine getting his ass beat because the dude was bloody, and then they go like, I thought only hockey could touch you. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, right.
like, come on. We talking about motherfuckers that wrote this into the corner.
A dude with blood on his head? No, it was hockey.
Yeah.
I'd lie and say it was hockey.
I'm serious when I say like, we talk about like writing yourself into a corner. They wrote themselves into a corner in that shit, man. They wrote this man. Because even when I was watching the episode, I was asking the question. I was like, how are you going to beat this dude? Like, how is it going to beat this nigga if you can't touch this nigga? And then when it was like, oh, his blood.
The
His
liquid.
blood allows him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his blood allows touching. And I was just like, well, that seems like the greatest ass pull I think I've seen in an anime in a while.
Very much so.
Like, whatever.
Because I was like, I'm 100% sure. Like, didn't this nigga just like a few episodes drain you of almost all the liquid in your body, but now liquid is hurting
Right.
him?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Exactly. Yeah. If the liquid's on the outside,
That
Oh,
doesn't make
God,
any sense.
it,
So, like,
it's One Piece logic.
That shit killed me though. That shit killed me. Oh, but that was probably one of the best fights in the animation for me. That and when he fought the leopard dude, Lucy.
Oh, shit, Lucy. I love that guy. Or Lucci? Lucci. That's the name.
Is it Lucy or Lucy? I don't remember. It's the dude that turns.
Lucy.
It's the dude with the.
It's-
It's the dude with the
it's
logia
Lucy.
that allows him to turn to turns to a leopard or some shit.
Yeah.
But all right. So I honestly have to say, my favorite villains in the Avatar: The Last Airbender series was the Dai Li. Before they became Azula's little bitches.
Talking about the Illuminati.
Them niggas, bro. Them niggas moved with sec, man. Them niggas was smooth with everything they do. The way they would handcuff niggas,
Their
yo.
formations.
Dude, them
Pull up
niggas
like
was.
shink.
run.
come out of
Don't go over
nowhere.
there.
That was he gonna
They
explode.
would come out of nowhere and just
Bye-bye.
grab a nigga and just disappear after that. They just disappear. Like how they took down the generals. That shit was smooth. Like how they took down them niggas down. That shit was smooth.
I like them when they were kind of good, and then they switched up everything, and it was like, oh, these niggas.
Oh yeah, I mean that was because of what's his face dude. Like the Dai Li was not to be fucked with, man. Dai Li was really not to be fucked with. Like so I'm gonna put it like that. So now next question I want to pose to you. In the entire series of Avatar, who do you think is the best fighter best fighter with no bending?
Ty Lee.
Ty Lee? I can see
Ty
Ty
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, I can see Tylee.
Gotta give my girl respect.
Yeah.
Oh shit, no.
Y'all humans.
Oh, damn.
Never mind.
Well,
I can see Ty Lee. I see Ty Lee as well.
What the fuck?
But what I want to say, who else am I thinking about?
Oh my god.
I would say Sokka's dad. Sokka's dad and
Sokka's dad.
and Sokka's
Nigga.
teacher.
I was about to say, I'm like, Sokka's dad can't beat Ty Lee though.
Okay, you got a point there, but I think Sokka's teacher could. I'm not going to argue with that. I think Sokka's teacher could. Like the reason I say Sokka's dad is because like Ty Lee fights all types of people. I'll give you that. But like this man has been fighting against firebenders for like since these guys was kids, a whole war. He's been fighting for a whole war. He's like you got to understand. This man has been leading an army of non-benders against firebenders in like a war in the rebel stage.
Yeah, bro.
That's true.
So that's kind of why like I put him on that one. But I want to kind of give a special mention because I'm not gonna lie, the episode was lit when she came out, and I wasn't really expecting it to be her to be that way. Azula. I would say
Azula can't beat Ty Lee, nigga.
No, we seen that. Her a special. I'm trying to give her a special. Brandon, did you leave the session? I'm trying to give her a special mention due to the fact that during the Day of Black Sun, Azula was making them niggas work. Like she was making them niggas. Did you die? She was making them niggas.
I died twice.
She was making them niggas work.
What the fuck?
So that's one thing I gotta say is Azula was making them dudes work. Like doing the Day of Black Sun, where they was trying to fight her, and bro, she was doing flips, dodge. She was fighting Toph, Sokka, and Aang. Fighting Toph and Aang alone without bending is fucking insane. And she was actually managing to hold her own in that entire fight. Hold on, Brandon got this. I gotta find out why. But she was fighting Toph, Sokka, and Aang and able to hold her own in that whole battle. So I just want to give her that special mention. Alright, so we're going to come down to the last part of the conversation, which is what we knew was building up to. Avatar Aang versus Avatar Korra. Now we're not going to do this in
Dang,
a
I thought
fight
she was gonna ask us what's our favorite element.
Oh, well, I'm going to do that, but I want to kind of. I am going to do that, but I want to give you because if I ask you now with the regular Avatar, the last Airbender part of the conversation, you only got 4 elements to choose for. If I get Korra involved, you have more than.
Nah.
4. But.
Continue.
But okay, so Avatar Aang versus Avatar Korra. Who do you think? So people are trying to argue who's the better Avatar between the two, Korra and Aang. I'm going to go with Aang.
Okay, you already know I'm saying Aang, but for discussion's sake.
Okay,
Who
so for discussion's
would be
sake,
better in sports?
Korra probably be better in sports. We ain't gonna lie to that. Korra probably be better in sports, but
That's
like everybody tries. I had an argument with one dude because he was trying to basically say that Korra was a prodigy, and I was like, my nigga, Aang mastered 4 elements in a year. Like Korra had her whole life. Korra had her whole life to master earth and fire, and she couldn't master water, earth, and fire, and she struggled to master air. This nigga mastered 4 elements in a year. He didn't really have a choice to either. He also beat the Fire Lord at his most powerful. Like
she had technology too, bro.
Yeah, this is true. She also had tech on her side, where Aang where they was just inventing technology with Aang and shit. So like people always try to compare them, and I just don't. I give Korra her props. I just don't think it's comparable for the fact that like Aang was on a time crunch. Aang had a year. He had a year to master all 4 elements, and that's not exactly something that is easily done. So but what?
She was a child prodigy, but like she was what's the word? She was just so, I'm gonna say no, that's not the word. She's just so arrogant with it, like.
Yeah, that
But
I'm
at
not
the
gonna lie.
same
That
time,
kind of turned me off about her too. Was like her arrogance.
it was just like, man, you don't even know what you're really capable of. You out here just like, yeah, they call me a prodigy, and it's like, nigga,
Bro, I
can
people
you
get mad at
dance?
me, but people get mad at me. But I was like, yo, she got her ass. She's literally for first time meetings with all her villains. She's literally 4-0. Like she's literally 0-4. Like she got worked by every villain on a first meeting. Like these motherfuckers beat her ass every meet on like the first meeting of every meeting. But it's not just me. What do you guys think?
Still trash.
Facts. What do you guys think, BB? Who do you think is the better Avatar?
I didn't see that. I didn't see her shit, so I can't state.
Oh, Legend of Korra. What about you, Phil? Brandon, Phil. Are y'all still there? Yeah, I guess not.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it looks like so. All right. So we get to the part that Jay wants to talk about. If you could pick any element, what element would it be? You can't say Avatar.
Yeah, because I did say Avatar.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to try to say that shit. I knew somebody was going to try to say that shit. You have to pick one.
How is that not an element, though? You said an element. Avatar
That's not
is
an element. Which element you can pick? That's all of them.
Captain Planet.
Collected elements like they're the Infinity Stones.
I don't know. I kind of. I want to be fire, but I want to be water too.
All right. What about you, Jay?
I gotta say lava bender, dog.
So you're an earthbender.
Nigga, I would go ham on shit. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be like, alright, bet. Niggas got rocks. Bet. I got some lava, nigga. Cause I can burn water sometimes. And I can crush. I can like engulf somebody in some flames, you know. And then, you know.
Okay.
I mean, if you hit the lava with airbending, it's just gonna cool off and it's still gonna hit you, so I don't even care.
All right. I mean, but like, that depends on how powerful the airbender. That depends on how powerful the airbender is, because Tenzin, come on, Tenzin was working them. Tenzin was working them niggas, man.
And then send out a spike behind that bitch.
Tenzin was working them niggas, man. We're gonna talk about how Tenzin was a master airbender and he was working Zahir and those niggas. They took them niggas to jump him, to beat his ass.
But he was going to face the Top's daughter, though, or granddaughter. I forget which one it was.
Lynn?
She had metal bending and bird bending.
Oh yeah, that metal bender was probably something to be afraid of, to be fair about it. But for me, I gotta say for me, it's a hard one for me. I don't know, like, it's a hard one for me because I can't.
People sleep on mud bending too. That's one nigga.
I gotta say honestly, air, for the very reason that
You just wanna
beat
fly.
this nigga's ass. Oh yeah, you know I want to fly.
They're going to be like, I am not attached to this world.
Dude, dead ass is like just want to fly. I just want to fly. And then we want to talk about this nigga creating, man, airbending low key. Zahir opened my eyes to airbending in such low key ways where he pulled old girl's fucking breath from her very lungs. Yo,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like, you think about being able to do that to somebody? You talk about like throwing rocks. Nigga, I just collapse you in air and take everything. Take all that shit.
No,
Like,
you ain't taking that from me, nigga.
everything needs oxygen. Like, if you think about like having that kind of control to where you could just suck the oxygen out of shit, nigga, he could literally create a room, pull the oxygen out the room, and niggas can't fire them.
Look, I would hate for you to go against a
Fire
blood
requires
bender.
oxygen. Fire requires oxygen, man. Like, so I gotta. But see, this the thing though. But this the thing where I would give Avatar Korra its due is they showed benders from each element, and they showed these motherfuckers at their most powerful. They showed you how powerful. So like Ozai was a firebender, lightning and fire. But they showed you how powerful a waterbender could be without limit. How powerful an earthbender could be without limit. How powerful an airbender can be without limit. Because I would give Korra, because Korra had some interesting set of villains, or how powerful in this case Unalaq, a spirit bender, could be without limit. Because these motherfuckers were fucking shit up. Kuvira was fucking shit up. And that's the thing where, like I said, Zahir opened my eyes to possibility for like how it can be fucking used, and I was like, yo, this nigga, he pulled. I was shocked. I mean, like, you always kind of suspect people die in Avatar because of war and stuff. I didn't think they was gonna go as far to show him just like sucking the breath out this woman, sucking the air out this woman's breath, man. I was like, y'all really doing some gangster shit right now.
I think we just all love the advanced techniques of the like core elements being used, because that's what really captivated me from the get.
Oh man, you ain't lying about that, man. You are not lying about that. That is actually kind of like one of the things that I love about. I mean, Avatar to me, like I said, it's one of the best stories I can probably think of because it encompasses so much storytelling, like a gripping universe, and just character development and moments that just actually make you. Whew. Oh man, the fact that the animation is based off of actual like martial arts, bro.
Technique.
Yeah. I was stupid still. Oh yeah, we been officially finished the show. I haven't officially said bye. Nah. Hey guys, I know we haven't officially said bye. I'm letting the viewers get some nice dumb shit. Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed us being stupid for a while. This was Blur Talk. We're officially signing out. Everybody say goodbye. Bye.
Get the fuck off my.
Bye.